All right, gonna make some roast beef, and when I put the little recipe together, I just did it without a recipe. So I had a big T on there. It's actually I'm using the smaller spoon that we have, and this is what we call the tablespoon. This is what I call a teaspoon. It's not official, but this is what I use. So here we go. So I got 4 cups of water for the brine. So I'll get the 4 cups of water. And 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Alrighty. And now I got 4 teaspoons of salt. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Okay, and now I need a couple teaspoons of chili powder. I like to use Williams. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You can use whatever chili powder you want to use, but I do like the Williams. Alright, mount it up just a little bit. Up to your discretion. Okay. Okay, 1 of the paprika. And we got a little kind of one on the side. We're going to call that pretty close. 1 of the onion powder. I know it said half. I'm going to go with 1. 1's just easier. We're going to keep it simple. Keep it simple. There's about 1. About 1 of the garlic powder. About 1. About 1 of the black and red pepper. This is hot shots. Alrighty. And 1 of the meat tenderizer. Meat tenderizer's clumping just a little bit, so I have to be careful. Alrighty. Stir that in there. I normally use a whisk, but I forgot to go get my whisk. I might have to go get one. I'll get me on a whisk and a new spoon. That works so much better. Alright, got what I wanted to go in the meat, so got my syringe here. I'll go ahead and get my meat in and start pumping. Alright, so on this, usually gets a little bit messy, but we just have our meat and we stick it in the muscle and pump the juice in. But you gotta be careful because whenever you're pumping it in, a lot of times it's gonna squirt out to the side a little bit. It's just part of it. Like that. Right there, she went flying. Alrighty. Okay, I'm not gonna video all the pumping, so I'm gonna stop it right there. Okay, I got the chuck roast pumped, and with that syringe, a lot of times it'll clog up. It clogged up this time, so I'm glad I stopped it. Many times it'll clog up and have to clean it out and what have you. And a lot of times I need to try to keep it low, so because otherwise it'll squirt out and it gets a little messy. So try to keep it low in the pan while you're doing that. Alright, and we'll try that on now. Since it's pumped, I'm going to go ahead and add the thyme and oregano. I wanted the thyme and oregano on the outside, but not on the inside. It's not bad on the inside, but it can be a little bit strong on the inside. So putting thyme and oregano on the outside. So go ahead and get that in there. Got 2 teaspoons of each one. And whenever we go to sear it later on after it's sit in the brine for a while, this thyme and oregano will give it real good flavor on the outside. Alright. Let me go ahead and stir that back in. And with the thyme and oregano, I've done it with the syringe, and it'll clog up a syringe pretty quick. Alrighty, ready to put my meat in. I might need a bigger bowl. She's getting pretty full. I'll probably go ahead and put this in a gallon bag just because it'll be easier, but I'll do that later on. So this will be good for right now. Some of this roast beef I should have moved around the bag a little bit. Some of it didn't get quite as much of the brine in it as it could have. If I would have took it out and redid it, it would have been a little bit better, but she's got some movement to her. That's usually a good sign. I got her all browned up now. She's got some color to it. My onions are caramelized, so I'll go ahead and put this back in the brine, and then we'll go ahead and get it ready to cook in the oven, I think, because I don't think I have enough room in my little Instapot to get it all in there. So I think it's going in the oven. So. Had a friend that wanted to cook a chuck roast on the grill, and it got a little bit tough, and I can't say that a chuck roast is going to cook like a KC strip, a porterhouse, or a rib steak. But with my recipe that I shared online, slow cooking it, you can make it tender. I went ahead and cooked this chuck roast at 275 for 3 hours, and I'm gonna make a pulled beef with it, but you can see she will come apart. Just pull it apart, and tomorrow I'll go ahead and put it on the barbecue grill and get some smoke on it and what have you. So it will come apart. got the chuck roast and got it pulled and putting a little bit of smoke on it. Got some apple wood down there that I'm using. And on this particular barbecue grill, I had a little trouble getting enough air in it, so I had to put some extra cuts inside of it, and then I put a little dampener on it, so I got air on both sides, and smoke that can come out the top, and it works good now. And you can see it's got a little bit of color on it. There we go.